MT schedule. In this course, you will learn about the purpose of the MT schedule phase in PLEXOS and about the options such as partial, fitted, and sampled chronology. The medium-term schedule addresses a key challenge in power system modeling, and that is to optimize medium to long-term decisions in a computationally efficient manner. Primarily, this means managing hydro storages, fuel supply, and emissions constraints, but there are many other constraints and commercial considerations that need to be addressed over timescales longer than what the ST schedule would normally deal with, for example, a day or a week. The reason that these medium-term constraints create such a challenge is because that they imply that the simulator must optimize decisions spanning weeks, months, and years, and simultaneously optimize decisions in the short term, hour, or lower level. So how does the MT schedule handle this challenge? The MT schedule solves this problem by first reducing the number of simulated periods by combining together dispatch intervals in the horizon into blocks. So instead of considering all 8,760 hours in a year, we consider a reduced number of blocks. Second, it then optimizes decisions over this reduced chronology. Third, we can then decompose medium-term constraints and objectives into a set of equivalent short-term constraints and objectives that can then be applied to the ST schedule. The MT schedule is the third simulation phase. It runs after the LT plan and PASA, but before the ST schedule. The MT uses a reduced chronology, so it can handle constraints with periods as long as a whole year or multi-years. A user could run the MT schedule with or without the ST following it. If the MT is run without the ST, it provides lower resolution simulations in minimum time over study horizons of multiple years. If the MT is run with the ST, the MT schedule decomposition information is automatically passed to the ST schedule. This ensures that the dispatch and pricing impact of constraints such as energy limits and storage targets and financial impacts of medium-term trading strategy is correctly accounted for in the short-term schedule. Our recommendations for when to use the MT schedule include when you have constraints that span more than a one-week period, for example, annual emissions limits or fuel constraints, when modeling medium-term equilibrium, such as using the LRMC recovery algorithm, and when optimizing storage trajectories over the medium term, for example, taking into account the seasonality of hydro storage. If you do want to model the full chronology, every single dispatch period, we'd recommend using the MT and then the ST schedule, as modeling full chronology is done in the ST. The point of running the MT before the ST is to have these longer-term constraints be decomposed to the ST schedule. In this example, we consider hydro storage targets. On the left, we have the MT schedule results. The end volume from each LDC in the MT schedule is used to set target end volumes for each ST schedule step. We then see in the ST schedule results on the right that ST schedule daily levels now roughly match MT schedule's monthly storage targets.